This audio go live o'clock.
Is it?
Yeah, true story.
Darn, and I was just about to crack my my drink can before audio had to go live. Oh well.
Too slow.
Clearly.
Be faster. Is the correct answer. So, how much do you remember about what we were doing?
Absolutely nothing. I think. Nope, it's been 2 weeks. Oh, wait. We were on the planet where we kept getting confused by where we were supposed to be going because of grates. And we killed the guy who... Really, it was suicide, but we absolutely could have stopped that death, or was that 2 streams ago? That's the last thing I remember, anyway. And it looks like those people are wearing the weird, wonky outfits from that planet, so...
So there had been a mind-controlling plant monster.
Yes, that I remember.
That we went and shot full of holes after it kept copying a random Asari who it thought was a match for Liara and wasn't. So we're just post having done all of that. I believe we still had to run around and talk to people.
Well, we can't talk to Leader Guy because Leader Guy for sure shot himself, and Shepard did nothing about it.
He super offed himself for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, Bio sent a wall of text before the wall of text? Oh, look at the Kit Kats on the pizza boxes, except neither of them's actually Kit Kat, I'm, fairly certain. Although there are 4 cats on the table, so maybe one of them was Kit Kat. One's an orange floof, one's a black floof, and then the other 2 are both gray floofs.
So our week off has
has
resulted in a giant fucking wall of text.
Oh no. How many pages is this giant fucking wall of text?
11.
Bio!
That's what you get for traveling for a week. That's your punishment.
Bio, why?
It's your fault. Blame yourself. Previously, you and Willow both nearly die from laughter-induced suffocation live on stream for the first time since Three Houses 31. Shepard remembers that the Normandy has that big phone room she never uses aside from when she's yelling at the council, and decides to go call her mom to see how she's doing and ask about if she actually knew that Zabaleta guy from before. Turns out Shepard's mom, who apparently has the super normal name of Hannah, so clearly someone lost a bet before Shepard was born, actually does know Zabaleta and fills Shepard in on all the horribly fucked up PTSD-inducing shit that he and his crew got put through after they were captured by space slavers. With the knowledge that she didn't get scammed by a random hobo now secured, Shepard says bye to her mom and physically drags Liara and Tali with her back to the airlock so they can go deal with whatever's wrong on planet Ferroseed. Upon exiting the Normandy, the squad is met by a man named David Albuquerque, who Shepard preemptively asserts her dominance over by firing off several warning shots inches away from his head to get across the fact that she's a Spectre. Upon talking to Mr. Albatross, he begins to explain in a very weirdly enunciated way that Shepard needs to go talk to a guy named Fidan, who's in charge of the colony outpost of Shoes Hope, just before a bunch of Geth suddenly appear to start shooting the place up. While the crew deal with the Geth, Willow shows that she knows so little about Star Trek, and apparently also Star Wars for that matter, that she instantly believes that the little rodent frogs that infest the Ebonhawk encoder are actually named Tribbles instead of Gizka, after attempting to look up their names before immediately being corrected by literally
accurate.
everyone present.
Accurate.
With the Geth dealt with in short order, the squad continue their way into the colony, whereupon Shepard spends some time checking the layout of the place to find that Phi Dan guy that was mentioned earlier. After locating a Phi Dan, Shepard attempts to begin a conversation with him, only to be rudely interrupted by a nearby guard lady named Arcelia, who rather passively-aggressively tells Shepard off for showing up so late to help with the many problems the colony's been forced to deal with. In fairness, she does have a good point, but the interruption was still rude as hell regardless. Shepard then tries to continue her previous conversation with Phi Dan, only to get interrupted again by a bunch of Geth swarming out of a nearby elevator tower. Being interrupted 3 separate times in a row is just too many inconveniences for Shepard to take, as she then runs off to the tower in a blind rage to blow up all the Geth in the area. After heading down into some nearby ruins to shoot at any Geth she sees, the squad ends up running into some weirdo named Ian Newstead, hiding near the water pipelines. Upon attempting to ask him why he's down there in the first place, Ian then begins screaming in pain whenever certain topics are brought up, before then laughing it off like a crazy person to make his mind ghosts leave him alone. Willow chooses to ask Ian some additional questions about what's going on with the angry mind goblins in his brain, only for the game to say, nah, when the choice wheel ends up slipping over to I should go instead at the last second. At least it wasn't the this bullet should solve whatever's wrong with your head option.
That's right, the game decided I couldn't ask a question.
Now confused about how the hell he even got down here to begin with, Inu tries to figure out where he is, only to become even more confused when he accidentally turns on a water pipeline that Liara and Tali both treat as something they were already asked to do. They had not, in fact, been asked to do such yet. Assuming that turning on these pipes must have been something they'd been asked to do already. Nope. Inu begins wandering around the ruins looking for more pipeline controls, only to end up locating a Geth transmitter in a nearby room that he and Willow are once again confused over if they were told to deal with that yet. Also nope. After shooting the hell out of the Geth transmitter, Inu then begins aimlessly wandering around the tunnel some more in an attempt to find the other water valve he shouldn't know about yet, only for Shepard to suddenly forget how to rotate her body as she refuses to do anything except run directly into a wall for several seconds. After finally managing to find the other water valve at the end of the tunnel full of
I
Geth
shouldn't be eating.
that suddenly appeared from nowhere, Shepard turns it on, only for Inu to once again be incredibly confused when Liara and Tali both exclaim, "Aha! That must be the other water valve we were told to open. The system should be running again now, just like we were asked." With that quest we weren't actually given yet now completed, Inu just gives up on understanding what was happening and goes back to the colony to try to figure out what the hell is going on around here, only to be met with many repeated utterings of the very same unhelpful phrase. Okay, so why exactly is everything here so fucked? I don't know, you should talk to Phi Dan about that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now what can you tell me about Liara's dad? I don't know who that is. You should talk to Phi Dan about that. Alright? Just... where the hell is Phi Dan right now so I can annoy him with these questions that none of you will answer? I'm not sure where Phi Dan is right now. You should talk to Phi Dan about annoyed screaming.
It was so stupid.
Since asking questions to anyone not named Phi Dan about what happened to the colony wasn't getting her anywhere,
Oh no, what? I'm gonna put this down because otherwise I'm gonna spit take all over your laptop.
It's your fault. Shepard instead decides to ask if there's anything else she can do to help unfuck the place, seeing as she already dealt with the Geth and fixed the water supply completely by accident, and is promptly tasked with murdering a big space rat and salvaging a large battery. You know, typical MMO stuff. Unsure of where she's actually meant to go to deal with these problems because this planet is confusing, Shepard eventually ends up hopping into the elevator leading to the highway above and is incredibly confused to see the Mako is already up there waiting for the squad to hop in. Its reality-bending powers sure are mysterious. Firmly giving up on questioning why the hex bug is like this, Shepard just shrugs her shoulders and decides to hop in to go blow up some Geth with the Mako's giant fucking cannon. After easily clearing a path through the highway thanks to the Mako, thanks Legendary Edition, the crew eventually ends up picking up a bunch of voices over a local comm channel and decide to make a small detour to figure out where the signal's coming from before continuing down the road. After hopping out of the Mako to check down a small offshoot of the hallway in search of the radio signal, the crew discover that it was actually coming from another group of surviving colonists who've taken refuge in the ruined overpass alongside some of the remaining Exogeny scientists. Upon approaching the group of survivors, some asshole named Jung immediately starts yelling that we should be shot on sight before a lady named Juliana, the apparent leader of this group, tells him to chill the fuck out and stop insisting that they kill everyone they come across. Juliana is then informed that her group were not in fact the only survivors of whatever the hell went wrong here, and in exchange she informs Shepard that the Geth have set up shop in the remains of the ruined Exogeny building, and also asks if the crew could try to find her missing daughter Lisbeth while they're in there. Shepard then spends a moment talking to the other survivors from this group before a guy named Gavin Hossel asks her to retrieve some data for him from the Exogeny labs in a way that definitely isn't suspect as all hell. With another group of survivors located, Shepard decides to ignore the plot for the time being because a voice in her head told her where the space rats and power cell actually were, and decides to do an illegal U-turn across the highway to drive back towards the ruined tunnels from before. After having a small crisis trying to relocate a door he found previously but didn't go into before, Inu eventually manages to successfully locate the side quest area he needed, and Willow is immediately distraught that Shepard has to now kill half a dozen feral space dog rats before the larger one will show up. At least these ones are all feral, unlike those ones we had to kill because of those asshole Batarian terrorists.
And let's not even talk about the monkeys.
We didn't do anything to the monkeys. The monkeys died to some Geth.
Inaccurate.
With the pack of Varens sadly now dead, Shepard begins rooting around the nearby debris to find a power coil, only to end up finding a set of the frictionless materials or superglock needed to achieve nominal turbo-murdering speeds. With the power cells successfully salvaged from the dead husk of a fallen hexbug, Shepard returns to the colony to turn in her quest and ends up getting yelled at for no reason by Arcelia again because they only sent a single ship to help the colony. Never mind that said single ship belongs to a fucking Spectre, and that nothing we do to help here matters to her at all because all you and your crew care about here is the Geth, not us, which very obviously isn't the case, or else all those other problems the colony had, which were fixed because we explicitly put the Geth on hold to solve them, wouldn't have gotten fixed. After shaking down the colony's head Varen hunter for some more money that everyone collectively agrees Shepard absolutely didn't need, Shepard and co. once again take the elevator back up to the highway, only to find that the Mako seems to have eaten a man while they were gone in order to fuel its reality-bending powers. After cleaning up the leftover blood from the Hexbug's latest sacrifice, Shepard decides to try making a point that driving the Mako isn't anywhere near as hard as a certain someone makes it out to be, only to end up flipping it over onto its roof about 5 seconds after rolling out because she forgot how boost make the go fast turn on. After flipping the Mako back over via further boosting and yelling at a very smugly hard to not say anything, the group drive their way over to the ruins of the Exogeny building so they can try to actually get a damned answer for what the hell is wrong with this planet. Unsurprisingly, the crew ends up shooting another dozen or so Geth troopers on their way there before finally being forced to part ways with the Hexbug because it's simply too large to fit in normal doors. After scoping around the large room just below the highway for a bit, Shepard ends up finding a side room that demonstrates in real time just how bad the Geth are at infiltrating when she discovers a Geth armature essentially attempting to pass a stealth check to ambush her by hiding behind a desk lamp. Not at all amused by the armature's failure of an ambush, Shepard chooses to grab his attention by locking it down with her super stasis, as she then proceeds to shoot it in the face with her super Glock for the next 20 or so seconds straight. What's especially noteworthy about this is that Geth armatures actually have incredibly high resistance to being kept in stasis, and yet it still managed to be held there for nearly 20 whole seconds despite the massive duration demerit stasis suffers from said resistance. Bio is then forced to give up on active note-taking because his tablet chose to be a bastard, again, for the remaining hour of the stream, so he needed to use his phone to actually be able to send messages and chat. This being done in post will become very apparent from here on. With the last stealthy Geth ever put out of its misery, the crew began to push further into the Exogeny building, only to get shot at by the now discovered Lisbeth when she mistakenly thought that they were either Geth or a pack of rodent dogs. Shepard then catches Lisbeth almost saying something important on accident, and after politely asking why the fuck the Geth are even here, Lisbeth finally gives us a reason for it, in that they're likely here for some kind of indigenous creature called the Thorian. Shepard then tries to get Lisbeth to tell her more about the Thorian, only to not get anything useful out of her about the entirely unremarkable plant creature, because Lisbeth doesn't feel like stopping to have a conversation in the Geth and Varen-infested tunnels. Fair, honestly.
Agreed.
Lisbeth then gets depressed over the fact that she's been trapped down here by a Geth force field and that her mom is probably dead, to which Shepard realizes it'd probably be pertinent to mention that that last part isn't actually true. Excited to hear that her mom isn't super dead after all, Lisbeth hands Shepard her employee ID so she can get inside to shut down the force field and let her go see her mom again. With Lisbeth now hiding for safety again, the crew then shoot their way through another pack of space rat dogs before eventually stumbling into an incredibly frustrated Krogans shouting at a Google Assistant hologram that is refusing to answer any of its questions. Damn it, just tell me what I want or I'll blast your virtual ass into actual dust. A disgruntled Krogan is demonstrating why Krogans are the best while yelling at a pre-recorded customer service message. Alerted by the sounds of Shepard and the others laughing at him from down the hallway, the angry Krogan makes the mistake of thinking that shooting them was a good idea moments before his ass is promptly turned into actual dust. After the Google Assistant puts itself on thin ice by telling Shepard that firing weapons inside the Exogeny building isn't allowed, Shepard has killed real people for less than this. It goes on to demonstrate that it's fucking blind as shit when it concludes that Shepard is obviously Lisbeth, though the assistant weirdly refers to her as Elizabeth instead, solely by virtue of the fact that she's carrying around that ID card now. You know, because theft and corporate espionage definitely aren't things that exist and definitely aren't both activities that Shepard has taken part in before. The assistant then casually tells Shepard that the Thorian creature, which the Geth are after, is actually directly beneath the Shoes Hope outpost, and that Lisbeth kinda sorta wasn't telling the whole truth about it, just being a totally unremarkable plant, because it's both A, fully sentient, and B, is literally mind-controlling all of the colonists with its spores. This immediately explains so many things about why this place is so fucking weird. Then it continues by making sure to mention that Exogeny was not only fully aware of this basically from the time it first began, but actively wanted to let it happen because they couldn't give less of a shit about the colonists, and saw this as a quick and easy way to get some science data on Audrey 3. So, you know, typical corporate scientist behavior. Wait. So you're telling me that Exogeny knew its own people were getting infected by that thing? You should probably warn your pilot about this, Commander. Good call. Wait, you've been with us for months now, Tali. The fuck do you mean you're pilot? You know Joker's name! The assistant then gives the usual PR spin about how great and helpful Exogeny is after explaining a bit more about how unfathomably alien the Thorian is, since it's essentially just a mass of sentient mushroom tendrils. Shepard finally has enough learning for the day and logs out of the console. Not far from here, the squad ends up finding a small group of Geth seemingly pondering an orb in reverence before Shepard immediately decides there shall be no orb pondering on her watch and opens fire on them all. With the orb ponderers now dead, Tali quickly makes note of how the weird structure they were pondering under was actually the giant claws the Geth used to latch their ships onto things that they might be able to turn off the Geth force field that's keeping them here if they can find a way to remove the ship from the building. Shepard then spends a few minutes shooting her way through a bunch of Geth and a couple Krogans on her way to get the data that Gavin Hasselhoff asked for, only to eventually stop and wonder to herself where the hell Tali and Liara both went. Thankfully, she doesn't need to think on this for very long, as a quick bout of confused backtracking later has her stumble upon the two both hiding behind some debris in the corner of a room, as they presumably realize that most of the colonists are being mind-controlled by the big plant, likely translates to, Shepard is gonna make us slaughter them all like animals. And while doing their best to not have a nervous breakdown thinking about the last time Shepard slaughtered a bunch of animals, that was the Geth, ignoring the distressed sobbing of her crew for the time being, Shepard chooses to continue further into the Exogeny ruins on her own to blow up some more Geth and loot the place for any valuable information she can come across. Never know when a bit of blackmail material might come in handy. Another room from over here, Shepard ends up triggering a very awkward cutscene showcasing some nearby Geth messing with a console, which abruptly ends out of nowhere by instantly snapping back into gameplay in a single frame with no warning whatsoever. Thankfully, this awkward cutscene at least has the side effect of knocking Tali and Liara out of the PTSD-induced catatonic state they were stuck in, as they both immediately teleport over to Shepard's position to help her deal with the Geth that the awkward cutscene showed them. Examining the console once the Geth are dead reveals it to be the controls for the nearby door that one of the Geth's ship's legs is jammed into, which quickly gives Liara a very non-OSHA compliant idea of how to deal with the particular problem. Leaving the console alone for the moment to check around the now Gethless room some more, Shepard ends up uncovering an encrypted data log which says, much to Bio and Ina's immediate annoyance, that Exogeny had apparently been collecting samples of the thorian spores at Cerberus's request. Ugh! And that they have no idea why they want them or why they need to be shipped to the Matano system. I'm sure it couldn't possibly have anything to do with their mind-controlling capabilities. Feeling a headache coming on at the mention of Cerberus, Shepard turns her attention back to the door console so she doesn't have to think about the mess she'll have to fix later, only for her head to start hurting even more because of the simple math puzzle she was presented with. Liara and Tali would probably have been snickering at this if they didn't know how hazardous it would be for their health. Once Shepard eventually figures out how to count to 33, the nearby hangar door immediately slams shut with enough force to shear an anchoring leg off the Geth ship, which causes it to fall off the Exogeny building and blow the fuck up. Tali, of course, responds to this by saying she hopes that thing was full of those Geth bastards, which is kinda harsh but also completely understandable given the everything. With the Geth ship now exploded, the force field keeping the squad locked in the building finally shuts down, which gives Joker the ability to call Shepard to let her know the colonists are all flipping out and have begun attacking the Normandy. Shepard responds to this information in a surprisingly calm-headed manner, as she calmly tells him not to worry about it since the colonists can't really do anything to the ship, which genuinely catches Joker off guard since Shepard's usual response to people messing with her stuff tends to be kill them all and let God sort the bastards out. The squad then run into Lisbeth again on the way out of the labs to stop the people that are scratching the Normandy's paint job, and Shepard immediately does the sensible thing of asking why the hell Lisbeth said the thorian was just a completely unremarkable plant before. Lisbeth then gives a sob story about how she was forced into going along with the experiments under threat of being forced to be a test subject herself, which is probably true given how morally bankrupt the higher-ups at Exogeny seem to be, and how she was going to send a message to Colonial Affairs warning about the big plant right before the power cut off, which is harder to verify but also probably true. Shepard honestly can't give any of less of a shit about Lisbeth's tragic anime backstory at this point, and immediately cuts to the chase by asking her about the specific location of Audrey 3, since knowing how to get to it is kinda important in order to kill the damn thing. Yeah, you wanted no part in this, you tried to help put a stop to it, blah blah blah, we get it, your tragic backstory's tragic. Now tell us why the hell Saren would send the Geth after the damn plant in the first place. Well, it does have some unique mind-controlling capabilities, so maybe that's what they wanted. That's why the higher-ups were interested in it, at least. How the hell didn't I think of that already? Joker then calls up again to let Shepard know there's more Geth moving across the highway that the squad will have to kill on the way back to the colony, and Lisbeth unilaterally decides she's going along too in the off chance there's something she can do to help unfuck the situation that Exogeny caused here. After gunning down some Geth until reaching the midway point of the bridge, the squad picks up another signal from Juliana's group, asking for help, which causes Lisbeth to leap out of the Mako to go see if her mom was alright. Upon getting back to the bunker, Juliana's group was holed up in the squad. The squad finds the asshole Jong has basically staged a mutiny and is threatening to wipe out all the colonists on the planet because the higher-up at Exogeny caught wind of the situation and want the whole place purged so that word won't get out about the thorian. Willow then has a crisis because she can't understand the difference between the three normal options she's presented with that all say, I will murder you, Jong, and the red option that says, I will murder you, Jong. And to the horror of the survivors present, chooses to just have Shepard splatter Jong's brains across the wall with the most openly, evilly worded option out of all 5 choices she was presented with, including the red option, because, I don't know. This isn't to say that Jong didn't deserve that, because he very definitely did, but I still figured this would be a good time to clarify that while we tend to refer to the red choices as actually Satan options because they make Shepard come across as an unhinged lunatic, there's still a reason why the game itself refers to the character stat needed to select those choices as intimidation, since more often than not when the red options have actually gotten picked in this sort of situations, it's usually resulted in Shepard scaring the shit out of someone to the point where brain splattering doesn't end up occurring. With the survivors all being stun-locked over what to do about the brains they now have to wash out of their hair, at least that one Solarian from Novaria won't have to be the only one to cope with that particular trauma anymore.
It's fine.
Lisbeth begins to have a marital breakdown over not having done anything to stop the thorian experiment sooner until her mom reassures her that she does good work. That's heavily debatable there, and says there's no way Shepard will be able to get anywhere near the Thorian without the colonists getting themselves killed in an attempt to stop her, which is just a weird thing to have specifically Juliana say, given that she didn't even know the Thorian existed until about 3 minutes ago, and thus shouldn't have any idea how that shit works. So you're saying I have to kill all the colonists if we want to get to where they're hiding the Thorian? It's unfortunate, but that does seem like the only... Well, guess that's that then. Tali, go clean this jackass's brains off my super Glock. I want it in perfect condition to shoot the first person who tells me to ask Phi Dan about something once we get back. Understandably unnerved over Shepard's casual willingness to murder innocent bystanders, Juliana, who once again knows absolutely nothing about how the Thorian works, quickly thinks of the idea of just loading Shepard's grenades up with a healthy dosage of nerve gas to knock the colonists out without having to kill them. I feel like this honestly says a lot more about Lisbeth than it does Juliana, since despite being literally the only person here with any idea of how the Thorian works, Lisbeth can't think of shit to do here to not kill the colonists, only for her mom to instantly come up with a viable solution on the spot, despite having almost zero knowledge of the Thorian to work with, aside from it can control people. Some scientist you are, Lisbeth. Not to say I don't like your idea or anything, Juliana, but if I went around throwing nerve gas grenades, then aren't me and my team gonna end up caught in them too? I don't see what the problem is. It's not like it's weapons grade or anything. Shepard somehow managing to sound like the voice of reason for once. After hearing a bunch of science mumbo-jumbo she didn't really understand in an attempt to assure her that there's definitely no risk of throwing around nerve gas willy-nilly, Shepard walks off to hand Gavin hopscotch the data he asked for, while Liara gets to work pouring nerve agent chemicals into Shepard's grenades. It is worth noting that despite Shepard not even attempting to hustle the guy for more money, he still ended up handing her nearly 39,000 credits for helping out, which is magnitudes more than anyone else has given us by comparison, even if it still didn't amount to much compared to what we had on hand already. Now armed with enough nerve gas to probably knock out an Indian elephant, Shepard begins driving back towards Shu's Hope, while driving over a small amount of Geth stragglers in the process, and ends up running into what's essentially just one of those Vault 22 human-plant hybrid monsters from New Vegas waiting to attack them just outside the elevator tower's main door. Willow immediately calls foul on anything about this being plant-like, but what does she know about alien plants from future space? Liara then stops for a moment to ask what the fuck that thing was, and Shepard basically responds by saying, I got no fucking clue, but hey, it'll at least be easy enough to tell what is and isn't still a colonist. So, try not to shoot anything here unless it's green and running at us really fast. With the matter of not indiscriminately shooting all the colonists just because there's a few plant mutants that happen to exist now settled, Inu begins to let out an unhinged cackle as he notices that there's now a counter on the screen dedicated to showing how many colonists are still alive. Because we all know Shepard definitely has the best track record when it comes to not blowing up innocent civilians. Willow, of course, being the crowning virtue of morality of this playthrough, responds to this new information by telling Inu to avoid killing any colonists. You know, like a sane person would. Or, not by telling Inu to do that, but instead by saying, you can kill literally everyone in there, just so long as you don't harm the nice old lady and her husband. The rest can, and in the case of that one lady who is rude to us, hopefully will burn to death for all I care. Even Inu, for as little as he's cared about the meaning of the phrase collateral damage this run, was so caught off guard by this statement that he could only mutter, I'm gonna just try not to kill any of them in response. Inu then struggles for a moment about what he is, and instead isn't supposed to shoot, before eventually realizing that the feral plant monsters made entirely of spores that are chasing him down to rip out his windpipe are the things to shoot, while the normal humans with clearly labeled colonist name tags who are shooting at him with guns are in fact the ones who need the funny knockout gas. Turns out the characters who rely on their energy shields to tank damage don't do so well against enemies that deal poison damage. Who'd have thought that would be something I'd say, considering both Liara and Tali can't help but get repeatedly knocked flat on their asses because of the poison dots they keep getting inflicted with by the spore monsters. Inu's momentarily worried about how he's supposed to handle the situation since he only has so many grenades to use, but immediately becomes gleeful over the knowledge that smashing the colonists in the face as hard as you can with the butt end of your rifle, non-lethally of course, is also a viable alternative for incapacitating them should he run out of grenades. I'm sure all the colonists who end up laying there unconscious with a severe...
Do you need me to take over
No, I
reading?
got it.
You broke my brother bio.
Give me a second. With a severe concussion, while we deal with the Thorian, we'll be fine. Things then proceed as expected for a while, with Shepard gassing the colonists until she begins to run low on grenades and decides to test out her alternatives by smacking a guy in the face so hard that she ends up sending his body ragdolling a good 7 feet across the room. Until he eventually comes to an abrupt stop and becomes a limp pile of limbs after his head splits open on the concrete floor. Non-lethally, of course. Thrilled to find that her current predicament can, in fact, still be solved by a form of non-lethal violence, Shepard immediately runs up to the next colonist that caught her eye to punch him square in the jaw and ragdolls him over the waist-high railing he was standing in front of. I'd assume all the ragdolling is probably a side effect of that melee impact increasing mod Shepard has slotted in her armor. Shepard is relieved to see the man is still alive after almost breaking his neck on the railing she flipped him over, only to become incredibly confused when she turns around and discovers that smacking that man in the face somehow ended up killing the completely unrelated colonist that was standing behind her, even though she literally couldn't have even touched him from where she was standing or from the direction she was facing. This, of course, immediately makes it clear to everyone who basically no one likes this particular segment of the game all that much. With everyone left feeling utterly baffled over what the fuck just happened, Shepard, rather understandably, calls for a mulligan and hops over into a new timeline to try that again to see if she can't get that random dude to not drop dead from a heart attack this time. With that Randog guy now successfully saved from his completely arbitrary and absolutely bullshit fate, Shepard then makes quick work of putting the rest of the colonists down for their union-mandated naps and flicks on the crane controls to move a building out of the way so she can make her way underground. Before she can make her way downstairs, however, Faidan suddenly shows himself with a gun drawn on Shepard as he struggles against the Thorian's orders to shoot Shepard in the goddamn face. Instead of going through with the plant's orders, though, Faidan instead forces himself to pull his gun back to shoot himself in the face, as Shepard just kind of stands there the whole time while making no effort whatsoever to help Faidan keep his brain safely inside of his head.
Accurate.
Wow, I guess Faidan really was every bit the leader those colonists looked up to after all. Shrugs. Oh well, can't win them all. Let's get moving, you two. Commander, I have to ask, why didn't you, I don't know, try stopping that from happening just now? Because that would have been dangerous, Tali. What would I have done if he actually ended up shooting me in the head like that plant monster wanted him to? Be entirely fine because of your shield? Like you were every other time someone has tried shooting you in the head? And then use of the gas grenades or something to knock him out. Huh, guess I probably should have thought of that earlier. See, quick thinking like that, and your ability to open any lock in less than 5 seconds, is why I always bring you along with me, Tali. Now get over there and check if Faidan's pockets for any loose change. With the needlessly dead Faidan's corpse being left to rot, the squad begins to head underground, only to be interrupted by a 5-second cutscene that I guess was supposed to get across a spooky ambiance while you make your way to the Thorian. Well guys, we did it. We made it down here, and just this once, everybody lived. But Commander, what about We don't talk about Faidan, Liara. The counter didn't go down, so that wasn't my monkey to worry about. Please don't use monkeys as part of your analogies, Commander. Discovery, you're nearing the 300-item inventory limit. The group then emerge into the large underground chamber the Thorian is located in, and all kind of just pause in shock for a hot minute as they wonder aloud how the fuck they're meant to deal with that. To say the Thorian is a plant may technically be accurate, but it's just It's missing so fucking many vital details that would get across both what and how. As the entire squad stands there in shock, wondering how the hell this giant mass of heart-shaped flesh is a fucking plant, Audrey 3 takes the opportunity to somehow barf up a green Asari clone to speak for it that also somehow was wearing a full set of Asari commando gear that I guess was also cloned. Don't even ask me how that shit works. It being able to clone people at least makes sense in a pod people sort of way, but the full set of cloned commando gear is just utterly baffling. Yeah, Bio, how the hell does that work? The Thorian, via the Asari clone, commands Shepard to be in awe before its mighty plantness. And when Shepard very obviously ignores said command, it goes on to say that the reason Saren was actually here was so that he could trade something to the Thorian to gain some ancient information from it, and not because he wanted his mind control powers. Which does make sense, seeing as Saren can already mind control people. The Thorian then takes offense to Shepard demanding it let go of the flesh puppets colonists it's been using to tend to itself, and has the Asari clone begin to open fire at the squad with its cloned gun. I don't even know. And biotic mind powers. Shocking no one, this of course sees the Asari clone immediately get launched into the infinity pit below the Thorian with a single force push, so fast that Inu genuinely didn't even realize the clone died at first. For being such an ancient and wise creature, I really don't get how Audrey 3 didn't see that coming. Shepard then spends a few seconds trying to figure out where she ended up launching the clone to before a tap on her shoulder from Tali has her turn around to see a small army of those spore creepers, barreling toward the squad from the corridors leading higher into the chamber. A quick singularity to solve that particular issue later, and Shepard then peeks into the hallway the creepers came from to see a huge flesh orb thing jutting from the wall that she naturally proceeds to shoot until it blows up. Taking the incredibly loud shriek of pain from the Thorian as a sign that shooting the thing was a good idea, Shepard decides the best course of action is to run around shooting all of the boss's weak points until it dies. The Thorian, however, doesn't believe this plan to be very cash money, and decides to barf up even more fully armed Asari commando clones to help make that not be a thing. Discovery, you're nearing the 300 item inventory limit. Liara continues to just have the worst day as she keeps getting knocked onto her ass from poison every other encounter, since she's been sitting at about 5% health for like an hour now because Shepard believes healing is for wimps. I only have so many med gels. I need them for me. I can't be wasting them on Liara.
Correct.
Discovery, you're nearing the 300 item inventory limit. Upon shooting through a few dozen more spore creatures to reach the final brain node, Shepard begins to open fire on it, only for Tali to pull Liara in Liara's place. She was too busy being unconscious to do it herself, by jumping in front of Shepard's crosshairs for no reason so she can't shoot anything. Tali, for fuck's sake, stop standing in front of my gun and get down so I can shoot the damn plant monsters! Immediately gets knocked unconscious by a swarm of spore creatures. Alright, I guess that works too.
I mean, whatever works.
With Shepard finally able to blow up the last brain node, Audrey 3 flails around a bit in his final moments of life before it quickly joins the first Asari clone by falling into the infinite Star Wars pit it was suspended over. With the Thorian now dead, another Asari commando falls out of a nearby wall pod. You can tell she's the original clone template because she isn't green, and introduces herself as a former servant of Benezia named Shiala. She then goes on to explain that... Shaela? I think it was Shaela. Goes on to explain that Saren needed her biotic abilities to speak to the Thorian, so he basically just handed her over as a gift to the plant in exchange for all of the ancient Prothean cipher it had, which apparently had because the thing was so damned old that literally ate some Protheans back in the day. Just to immediately turn around and try using his Geth Legion to destroy the plant once it wasn't fully useful to him anymore. Which at least explains why the colony got blasted to shit by them so many times. Shaela then says that she now has the Prothean cipher in her head because she was part of the Thorian for a while, and proceeds to have Asari mind sex with Shepard in order to transfer the Prothean cipher into her head, while they're both standing directly in front of Liara. After the shit Liara's seen at this point because of Shepard, I'm pretty sure she probably cares less about being witness to Shepard having mind sex with someone else than she does the fact that Shepard got to have even more ancient Prothean knowledge beamed into her head that Liara will never get to know. And the session finally ends with the squad heading up topside to have Juliana congratulate them for killing the Thorian and getting Exogeny off the colony's back by splattering Jeong's brains everywhere, as Shepard makes plans to talk to all the survivors to see how much shit she can force them to hand her for free after having saved all of their lives. Well, except for Fidan, but she definitely tried so hard to save him too, so I'm sure they'll understand.
Oh, yes. All of our efforts to save Fidan.
Bio, point of interest here, buddy. That particular color of green is very difficult to read against the white background. I can probably fix that by just, like, turning on dark mode. Because I assume that Google Docs has a dark mode.
I believe it does.
But I don't know where to find that. And everything else on my entire computer is already in dark mode. So I'm surprised that, Google Docs has not just elected to be in dark mode as well. The option must be here somewhere. I just don't know where. But yes, that particular shade of green is very difficult to read against the white. So I'm going to have to find dark mode. Or
I'd be amazed if it didn't have one.
Well, even if it did or does, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll turn the page dark either. Like,
No.
I know Office does that, like Word does that, but
Chat was mostly just me yelling at Bio for doing too much. And then Bio telling me I was being too generous about the point at which Bio started writing extra notes. But the thing is, I didn't even see, because I was too busy reading over your shoulder, I hadn't noticed when Bio had put the post out about having lost or stopped taking physical notes on his tablet. So by the time I saw that post from Bio, I looked over and you were halfway through the document. So I was like, oh yeah. So the last half of this document is from the last third of stream. Okay. And then Bio's like, yeah, actually it was more than that, Willow.
yeah, it was like 3/4 of it, to be honest. Yeah, I gotta find. I'm amazed I haven't found dark mode for like Google Docs yet. I really need to, because yeah, that would make that so much more readable. I'm sure it's perfectly readable in dark mode. Anyway, we gotta talk to these losers. Gavin Hasselhoff, what's up? All right, not helpful. Refugee.
I think the nameless refugees probably aren't going to do much for us.
Juliana. Lisbeth.
Excuse me, most?
Everybody but Fidan.
I mean, I suppose Fidan's a fair statement.
Arcelia. Shayla.
Investigate.
Oh,
The
okay.
conduit.
No, we've read through all this.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, we're good.
I'm pretty sure those are the. Yeah, those are like the same options I think we had when we talked to her the first time. If I'm not correct on that, somebody let me know and we'll go back. But like otherwise, that's not our hex bug. That's a different hex bug.
It's very strange to me other people have hex bugs.
Oh. Game's not on screen. I've not been able to talk to, like, basically anybody yet.
Whoops.
That's fine.
Oh, so what are your plans now?
What will you do now that the fighting is over?
I may stay, try to recover my losses. I can have new supplies delivered within weeks. Perhaps the colony will survive after all.
Let me see what you have in stock.
Of course. Return in the future, and I may even have more to see.
Listen, buddy, pal, friend. I gotta sell you some shit, my dude.
Yes, you do.
We're just gonna go ahead and sort those by type. Alright, we don't need that many Brawler 8s. At edge 10 we keep. We don't need these lesser edges. Keep the Karpov 9, sell these lesser ones. Keep Kessler 8, sell the lesser Kesslers. Keep the Ryko 9, sell the lesser one. Got a Stiletto 9, sell the lesser ones. Stinger 5, Striker 8, Armageddon 7, Avalanche 9, sell the lesser Avalanches. Hurricane Katana. Schemata. Sokolov. Storm. Tornado. Avenger. Banshee. Breaker. Crossfire. You remember the commercials for that, don't you?
I do.
So fucking catchy. A Cobalion, apparently. Lancer, Raptor. Raptor Sarge is not here. I don't know if regular Sarge is here.
I haven't seen Sarge in chat, but that doesn't necessarily mean Sarge isn't here.
Hammer. Harpoon. We have a sniper rifle called the Harpoon. Kind of boss.
Yeah, but I bet it looks nothing like an actual harpoon,
I mean, probably not.
which is just disappointing.
Okay, grenade upgrade. Anti-Thorian. Yeah, maybe hold on to that. Armor plating, combat exoskeletons. Energized plating, energized weave, first aid interface, hardened weave. Interfaces, motorized joints, shield interfaces. Gonna make all the money now.
Because we didn't have enough money already. I mean, to be fair,
I mean, look,
we
we're
are
over 6
below-
million now, aren't we? Yeah.
Is that 6 million?
That's-
Oh, I thought
that's
we
almost-
fell below a million.
That's almost 7 million.
I was not seeing that last digit. We're definitely not hurting for money. Congrats, everybody. It's the shopping episode. Or more accurately, the selling episode. But that just doesn't have the same fun connotations as it being the shopping episode.
So many polonium rounds, my god. Tungsten rounds. We have a combat optics 10. What do we have on the ladies' guns? Because I don't think it's a 10.
Probably not, no. But But I love that you ask that question out loud to me, expecting me to remember, when I barely remembered what we actually had been doing last stream.
Who said I was asking you?
That's true. You're mostly asking out loud so that I can
hey,
read things by open.
fun story. We have max money.
Oh.
We literally have more money than God. So that's cool.
Okay, well, how many things were we able to get rid of?
I don't know. I don't know how to tell how much stuff I have in inventory, but I sold like fuck tons of stuff. We made over 7 million credits.
I mean,
selling
yes,
things.
but we need to have inventory space to pick up more stuff. More stuff gets better stuff.
I can think without pain. And with the power cells you brought, I can get this place up and running again. Thanks, Commander.
You're welcome. And thank you for not mentioning Fidan or his untimely demise that I absolutely couldn't have prevented in any way, shape, or form.
Well, there's a
Fidan's
lot
death
more.
was unavoidable.
There's a lot more people in here now.
Thanks, Commander. It's great to be free again.
You were a Torfin, right?
Wait, but where's sweet old lady and her husband?
Not in there.
But they were the only people. Oh, thank God. Oh, is she doing better? She's sitting up.
Free. I can't believe I'm free. I'm free.
Thank you for everything you tried to do here.
Wow. That is unfortunate. None of these individuals seem to want to give us things for saving their lives.
I mean, to be fair, their planet's a flaming crater. They were all just possessed by evil plants. And plants in heavy air quotes. And we did let their leader kill himself. So I'm kind of not surprised that there isn't more gratitude.
Okay. How the
I
hell-
don't quite think we get to claim to be the heroes on this one.
Sure we do.
Thanks for getting me these power cells.
I mean, we can claim it. There's nothing stopping us from doing that, but it's... I don't think it's fair in this instance to try and say we're the heroes. We
I wanna be a hero.
we definitely made some choices.
Also, how did you like work out? How did you not work out that the different text colors were different people? This is a statement. It was established back in fucking Three Houses.
Well, that I knew, but I've just never noticed it on any of the other recaps.
That's because it wasn't. This is the first time it was done. It took me all of 3 seconds to realize what was going on. Hey guys, I ragdolled over that railing. As thanks for saving your life, I'm handing you all this worthless shit I'm carrying in exchange for the entirety of your life savings. It is also a thing Bio only just remembering Google Docs can do. And, I mean, it's a useful thing.
Google Docs is an amazing tool. I love Google Drive.
So much so that you're paying for the Pro variant.
That is accurate, yes.
I know, that's why I said it.
Yeah, I don't deny that. What's scary is even with the Pro variant, I am starting to run up on my memory cap again.
Contamination in progress.
Because my Drive account is tied to my Photos account,
Commander,
and I take a lot of pictures.
are you suffering any ill effects from the cipher?
feel strange.
The cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you.
No.
I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Liara, we told you if you ever brought this up again, we were going to literally murder you.
Guys, help! Because I tend to make the wrong choices when it comes to Liara.
No, go for it.
Clearly.
It's fine, just go with your gut.
My gut
Go
and
with your
Liara doesn't end well usually, and no one's giving me advice.
Well, yeah, I told you, go with your gut. That's the advice.
Fine, well, my gut says it's worth a shot.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Caden, look away.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
Oh god.
That sounds very unnerving. The fuck?
That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Did you see anything?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
So there was nothing useful.
You sure you didn't come across any kind of clue or hint? Something we might have missed?
Everything I saw, you already know. You were right about the Reapers. The Protheans were destroyed by a race of sentient machines.
Bio, no.
I think it is obvious there is a connection between the Reapers, the Prothean extinction, and the Conduit. But I did not see anything that would help us find it.
So does this mean that we're now another word and you can join us left to fight Dan, Liara? Noted, Commander.
Now what?
What's our next move?
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision. What was there, at least. But something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Are you okay?
Didn't tire me out.
Dr. Chalkwash should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
Are you okay? Liara, who the fuck is your dad?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, if this were real life, my actual response to her saying that would genuinely be doubling
Dr.
down.
Chalkwash should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
Dr. Chalkwash should take a look at you.
You've not given me another option to
You're
press
not
yet.
letting me read the other options.
Dr. Chalkwash should take a
Press,
look
go
That will
ahead.
not be necessary. I just need some rest.
Guys, let the record show that those were done,
We're done here.
by Inu's own choice.
You said that your response to that response would be to ask if she was okay, and she kept giving me the same response.
Yeah, but I said doubling down, not quadrupling down. After the second time she told me no, I'd have left her alone.
Yeah, but you didn't specify that.
See what I put up with, guys? Okay, Joker said something. What was it? First report. You want me to patch you through to the council? No.
Yeah, we do. It'll be so much funnier to pick up and immediately hang up on them.
Fine.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
Don't be stupid.
The only reason to study a creature like that is to figure out how to kill it.
Yes, kill it. That
That's how you humans usually deal with things you don't understand.
Disconnect.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye, counselor.
Oh, lost the connection, ma'am. Sorry.
Bonus renegade points for just hanging up on the council. Oh, what's that? Council said a racist thing? Bye! I don't answer to you.
Let's see. Fire says, if I recall correctly, this is another instance where no matter your choice, the council just shit on you and act like you should have done the other thing. Well, yeah, because the council just exists to be argumentative and dislike us.
Alright. Let's take a quick travel down to the basement
To upgrade people's gear?
to see if our war crime vendor has any war crimes to vend us today.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Aha! Another war crime pistol! Uh-huh. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, you know what? Here, let me just put this by level. No. By... Okay, fuck it. Buy a war crime pistol, buy another war crime shotgun. That also says Spectre Master Gear on it.
What is it?
More Spectre war crime gear.
No, what type of weapon?
It's an assault rifle. So we're gonna buy it. Buy this war crime sniper rifle. Colossus 10 Trogan heavy armor. I mean, we got so much money lying around. Might as well grab that.
And we've still got shit to sell.
Might as well grab the human heavy armor, I guess. I mean, they were rank 10, which is really the only reason I bothered. Oh, look at that. We spent like 2 million credits. Alright, can we do anything with our equipment from that? Unsurprisingly. Actually, that Karpov is almost a straight upgrade over our war crime Glock. I mean, it appears to be, but it's not automatic, so
Yeah.
you know, there's that to consider. That Sokolov is also almost a match for our war crime gun.
Bio says that Krogan armor you picked up is basically the single best piece of armor you could get for Rex.
I thought it might be, yes. Wasn't like 1,000,000% sure about that, but I had a suspicion that that was to be the case. Because the Colossus is what we're wearing. Nothing better than our current amp. Got our Bernie grenades back. Alright. So we are set. Time to go hook up some other homies with good shit. Hi Rex. We'll get around to talking to everybody in a second. Liara! Okay, you're still better on that. Your amp is better than all of that. You're wearing the same armor we are, so there's really not anything outright superior. Were you in here? You know, I suppose giving you a war crime assault rifle would not be a bad idea for when you spontaneously decide to use an assault rifle.
Yeah.
I Does anybody remember if we already gave Tali a war crime shotgun? Because if Tali already has one, I should give Liara one as
I
well.
think we did. Maybe.
I think Tali's the next locker over, right? Yeah. Tali, did I already give you a war crime? You don't have a war crime assault rifle. But I can give you, like, just a better assault rifle than you're presently using. So, here you go. Have a better assault rifle. I did give you a war crime shotgun. Fantastic.
I thought we might have.
I do not believe I've given you a war crime sniper rifle. But I need to check and see if... I think I gave one of those to Garrus already. I think I gave Rex a war crime shotgun already. Yes, Rex has a war crime shotgun. That's a substantially better amp than you have, so go ahead and slot that in, buddy. Also, go ahead and just have the best Krogan-based armor in the game. There you go. Alright, we can now sell all Krogan armor forever moving forward. We don't need any of it anymore. Did I check Quarian armor to see if we had anything better than... Oh, that's... I mean, that's an upgrade. That's a straight upgrade. Yep, just give you this straight upgrade. Great. Improved armor for Tali, so we can sell off all the Quarian armor. Garrus. I have more Turian armor that I can hand you. Well, that's interesting.
What?
So that's the same... Oh, because he's using medium armor. Okay. I see. But that... Oh! We have Colossus Turian armor. I noticed that. That's war crime armor.
Wait, but... Why would they sell us war crime armor for the other races when it's supposed to be Spectre only and we're the only Spectre on the ship?
I mean, they sold it to us for the Krogan as well. What's your point?
It just... I don't understand the logic.
There you go, Garrus. Have some fancy new duds. Did I, in fact, give you a war crime sniper? Yes. We're the only human Spectre, so obviously there's a surplus of the armor for the other races. Yeah. See? There you go. Okay. So I've double-checked everybody who has specialties. Liara, let's see. I am going to make sure that I give you a war crime shotgun. There you go. You've got an assault rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. I am also going to make sure that now, Tali, you can have a war crime sniper rifle. So that you also have 3 war crime guns. 1, 2, 3. Great. And then we've just got Karth and Ashley to deal with yet. So, Karthikins. No. Better cooldown and duration. Yeah, I'll swap you over to that. Armor. Can you... I forget. Can you use medium? No, we've not taken you the upgrade path for it. Also, the Colossus stuff isn't strictly Spectre gear, unlike the Warcrime guns. It's just incredibly expensive, high-end quality stuff. Yeah, it might as well be Warcrime stuff. So Scorpion is quite good. Ooh, that Mantis is a strict upgrade over the Hydra stuff that I had you in just there. Okay, sweet. So, Karthikins is in the best armor we got for him. Oh, he had a Warcrime assault rifle as well. Karthikins, would you like a Warcrime pistol? You get one anyways. Do not have a spare Warcrime shotgun for you though, so sorry about that. And Ashley. We have Duelist 10, which looks extremely solid. I also have this Colossus medium armor, which is, you know, better than your heavy armor. So, is probably the correct answer to the question of what to do with you. Unless the Titan armor is like... I don't think it is. Yeah, Titan...
It also just looks sweet.
Yeah, this medium armor is the best armor we have for her, so cool. That means we can sell off literally all of the armor. You have no Warcrime guns. Anyway, bye.
Looking for supplies?
I am, hi. I would like to purchase...
Let's see what you got.
Well, actually, I don't want to purchase anything. I want to sell you some stuff. So, I mean, really, I can just kind of sell everything. If it's not a Warcrime gun, or, like... Actually, if it's not a Warcrime gun, and it's not the armor that we're currently wearing, it can basically just get sold.
Yep.
At least until we have full money. And then I will stop selling things until we go back to the Citadel, and I can see if I can spend more money on more war crimes there. And then I can sell things to get our money back. I also checked all of our biotics and stuff, and I know that everything on people are better than the biotic amps we have in Thingy, and our chameleon tools, so sell all those. Sell all of the armor. And stop there, because now we're full on money. Alright, while we're down here, Garrus.
Commander, what can I do for you?
What's the matter?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
You think he's gonna get away?
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Are you worried?
I understand your concern, but we will find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, ma'am. You can count on me. Thanks for hearing me out. I appreciate it. Can I ask you something, Commander?
Sure.
No.
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
What are you saying?
I get the feeling this isn't a question. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander. In my opinion, Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen. he could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
Honestly, agreed.
I'm glad you see it that way. I never had any intention of capturing that bastard. When I see him, he dies.
Good. The Council won't like it, but they can't stop you either. You see, this is why I want to be a Spectre. You never have to worry about bureaucratic idiots making a mess of everything.
Don't let me down.
Just make sure you're ready when it happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood. Murder the fuck out of Saren.
That was already the plan.
Commander?
How we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen.
So why admire them?
Dodge.
How we doing?
Can we talk?
Why do you think we got all the war crime guns, Garrus? Did you really think Saren's gonna make it out of this alive?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm off duty until tomorrow. I was gonna have a small drink. Bit of a celebration. If you're interested.
What's the occasion?
What's the occasion?
It's Armistice Day, when the First Contact War ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
Why me?
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate.
No.
That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
I see.
You're blacklisted because of your grandfather's cowardice.
Cowardice. That's what the Terra Firma Party calls it. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
So that's why you're racist.
Is this why you're always going on about the Council?
If everyone else can look at Shanxi and say, this is why humanity needs to be stronger, then so can I. I'm entitled. So now you know. Gonna kick me off the ship, Skipper?
There's not an option for yes.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. So I'm gonna be nice and say, of course not, but...
Well, I think that's probably the meanest option here, to be honest. Like, that one's like, no, we need you. That one's like, yes, you're very useful to us. And that one's like, no.
You're part of the team, Williams. I don't care what your grandfather did or didn't do.
Wait, why are you asking me to go with you? Last I
Not
checked,
to
I've
get
basically
all
treated you like
cheesy,
shit
but
and mocked
you're
your
the
life
first
history
CO
ever
who's
since you
ever
got
said that
here.
to me. Thanks, Skipper.
Actually, yeah, why am I
But
asking
anyway,
you?
I've got things to do before we land. I'm sure you do too.
So could we talk?
Goodbye.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Rex?
Shepard.
Personal
So
inquiry.
you'd rather be a merc than help your people.
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
So?
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard? I'm tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
Let's see. You feel like need is the worst of the three since it implies your only defense of her is that for whatever reason you can't just dump her on the airlock.
So that's your reason.
So you're just giving up on your people.
I gave up on fighting for a lost cause. I'm no hero, Shepard. Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
I suppose.
You ever think about helping your people?
I try not to. But there's a lot of Krogan mercs out there. I'm always running into them. Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. But that's just part of the job. You don't get to pick who your enemies are.
Investigate.
Yeah, all the...
Now we've talked about all of that. I see.
So long, Rex.
Wait. I do think it's funny that, you know, he just talked about basically having to kill others of his kind because that's just the way it is. Your response to that.
Well, see ya. I mean,
man violence is socially awkward.
I mean, we've had to kill a bunch of our kind because that's just how it is. So yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It feels like we're getting near the end, doesn't it, Shepard? With Saren, I mean.
We're getting close.
It won't be much longer. One way or another, it'll all be over soon.
You'll find the conduit before he does. I know you will. You have to. And after this is all over, when my pilgrimage ends and I go back to my own people, I'll be proud to say I was a part of it.
An important part. You unlock the things.
You've been good to me.
You've made me so many millions of credits, Tali.
Citizens. They just want us to go back to our fleet and disappear. But you've treated me just like everyone else on your crew. Like an equal. That means a lot, and it says something about you.
Yes, that I need you
Whatever
for
happens,
unlocking.
I just want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You are the master of unlocking, Tali.
Go back to your own people, Tali.
I love that one of the options is we're wasting time.
Yet. I'll be right here anytime you need me.
Investigate? I'm sure it's all stuff we've talked. Yeah, it's all stuff we've talked about already.
Do you know who Liara's dad is?
I should go.
I need to know. And she won't tell me. And Benezia also wouldn't tell me because she was too busy choking to death on her own, like, bile at the time. Beat you to it, Fire. Tali is in fact the master of unlocking, yes. Just gotta keep her away from any giant crushers. We wouldn't want her to become a Tali sandwich. You have no idea what I'm talking about, Willow.
No, I don't. But I know you, and I know whatever that joke was, I don't care about.
Listen, if you ever want to just absolutely lose your mind... You know how, like, the original Deke dub of Sailor Moon is my favorite dub of anything ever because of how campy and, like,
personally
awful that it is?
Personally, I'm still upset that we never got the original dub we were supposed to get, where all of the names were changed even worse than they already were, and Amy was just blue.
Good old Sabin Moon, yes. Well...
But yes, continue.
So, are you familiar with Resident Evil, like the series?
I'm aware it exists.
So the very first game on PS1 had voice acting. It wasn't good voice acting, but it was voice acting, which had such wonderful lines as something along the lines of, "Here, take this gun. It's very powerful, especially against living targets. And here, take these lockpicks. I think it'd be better if you, the master of unlocking, has them." And somebody almost getting crushed by a one of those crusher ceilings, and gets out of the room, and the guy's like, "You almost became a Jill sandwich."
Oh, jeez.
Here, and also the inflections are all over the place. Like if you look at chat, like, "Here, take this. It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Take a look at this." It's incredible. Like, just if you just want to lose your fucking mind laughing over awful voice acting, just YouTube RE1 PS1 like voice acting at some point. It's hysterical. It's so good. I've not even played it, but once you know it and it's in your head, it lives there rent-free forever, and you can't help but reference it all the time. Because it's so fucking funny. Resident Evil as a series is still making fun of the voice acting from the first game. Yeah.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
No.
Hey, look! It did give us a chance to ask if she was okay again.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
That's not asking if she's
I'm going to be
okay.
fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Alright, see. What the fuck, Shepard?
She's the best.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Yeah, who the fuck is your dad?
Let's talk.
I like talking with you, Liara. No matter what the subject.
Then let us talk about you. Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be?
Like the top one is like, I have nightmares. Okay.
What do you mean?
You need to take care of yourself, Commander. The crew relies on you for leadership. It can be a heavy burden.
I can handle it. It's fine. Everything's fine, Liara.
I have no doubt about that. But can they carry the weight of an entire galaxy? If we don't
Chris.
stop Never mind. I'm sorry, Commander. The last thing you need is someone constantly reminding you of how grim things are. Is there anything else you would rather talk about?
Nope.
Who the fuck is your dad? Why won't you tell me who your dad
basically
is?
that conversation with Liara was, Liara, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What about you? I'm fine. Why do you ask? Because you've been through a lot of trauma.
Because you don't seem fine. Shut up, Liara.
And then, Shepard's response was, yeah, I guess maybe. And then Liara's like, Casey,
Okay, bye.
Okay, BioWare, I think you need to work on your comfort dialogue just a little.
Alright, so back to the Citadel.
No, we haven't talked to Karth.
Oh, hadn't we? I thought we did.
No, we did not.
That's my bad. I thought we'd talked to him already.
I just assumed you were saving him for last.
I think I was, but then I assumed that I did him before Liara. Because, like, we had to walk past him to get to Liara.
We haven't had time together since our last chat. A lot was said when we talked.
You mean when we flirted?
You seemed decisive then, Lieutenant. Why so hesitant now?
I don't want to distract you too much. The deeper we get into this mess, the bigger it seems. I'm just looking for an ear. The debriefing wasn't the right place to say how ridiculous this is. Seems like every other race in the galaxy is wrapped up in their own problems. They don't want to see what's coming.
I mean, you can't really blame them.
Wanting to believe everything will be fine? Sounds like human nature to me.
Yeah, I guess some things carry across species well enough. I should remember that after what happened with Vernus.
So what happened?
Don't tell me you and Vernus hugged on graduation day.
Before I met Vernus, I knew as much as any other civilian. Aliens were weird, superior, and tried to tell us what to do. I mean, it's only been 26 years since first contact. That's not a lot of time to understand them. But it was Vernus who made me see how human aliens are. They're not different or special. They're jerks and saints, just like us. Hell, by the time I got payback, I didn't even want it anymore.
What happened?
I don't see you snapping very easily. What finally did it?
He hurt Rana. Broke her arm. She reached for a glass of water instead of pulling it biotically. She just wanted a drink without getting a nosebleed, you know? Like an idiot, I stood up. Didn't know what I was gonna do, just something. And Vernus lost it. Beat the crap out of me. Kept shouting how they should have bombed us back to the Stone Age. And that's when the knife came up. A military-issue talon, right in my face. I cut loose. Full biotic kick right in the teeth. Almost as strong as I can manage now. At 17, that's something.
You were trying to help.
You wanted to help a girl you cared for. That's a noble thing.
Maybe my intentions were noble, but I lost control. I killed him, Shepard. Snapped his neck. They probably could have saved him if they got him to the infirmary quick enough. But they didn't. Caused a stir when they shipped him home. Bot training was shut down. Kinetics folded a couple of years later. That's funny. I'm not sure which of us got the worst of what happened.
What happened? Yep, that's the right
Was
one.
Rana all right?
Rana? Yeah. Yeah, she was fine. We never really, we stopped talking after that.
It was weird. Things got awkward after I killed a guy for her.
Are you alright?
Tell me what happened.
Rana had a gentle heart. She loved everyone. Vernus terrified her. We all protected her from him. And everyone who loved her. But after what I did to him, she was terrified of me too. Anyway, this is, at a point here. Aliens are individuals. Just because one's an ass doesn't mean they all are. So, yeah, I hated that Turian, but he wasn't a Turian to me. He was Vernus.
See, this is why you're better than Ashley.
I'm torn.
Literally
between two
not the
options
bottom
here.
option.
Yes, that's... I'm in the same space.
Discuss him. Be glad he's not racist like Ashley. Or be a dick to Garrus for some reason.
I guess we'll go with this explains a lot about you. I'm just worried it's gonna come out super patronizing because of how Shepard...
That's why you're so self-controlled.
Okay, that could have been worse.
Any other biotic, Shepard. This is all ancient history. I'm over it.
The rejection changed you.
You agonize over doing the right thing. You never let yourself lose control. Because Rana spurned you after Vernus died.
That's... all right. Maybe you have a point.
Look, I don't want to talk about this right now.
But I'm okay. You don't have to worry about me. Fully functional human being. And I won't be a burden on you. On the crew.
You're not a burden.
It's weird this girl was scared of me after I spin kicked an alien so hard his head painted the wall. Karth really is just a well-rounded dude in general. It's kind of his thing as far as the crew's roles go, and it's also why a lot of people end up just kind of just finding him to be a bit boring. I mean, he's Karth. He's Karth too. He's literally Karth again.
Correct.
Caden, you're a strong man. Talking about this
It's not like he's Alistair. Alistair had a personality.
makes you human.
All right. But it's embarrassing you had to tell me that. You're right.
Alistair remains one of my favorite BioWare husbandos.
I'll try.
Him, Zevran, Fenris,
Glad you'll be here when it's over, Shepard.
Cullen.
I'm looking
Kava.
forward to some shore leave.
No. Carver's just a bitch even when he doesn't die.
Kava, no!
That playthrough was so fucked. Just every decision in that playthrough was so screwy. One of these days we should take a stream just to do story hour with Inu and Willow. And I can tell the story of that playthrough because...
Miami Strip Hawk.
Because damn, that was fun. Okay, what was going on? Glad... Looking forward to some shore leave. What the fuck fuck is with all of these conversations having the worst possible ways of ending?
Listen, these two options usually change after missions.
Okay, personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Fair enough.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments into Pharaohs. I mean, now that they're cut off from the company.
Alright.
We'll talk later, Caden.
Thank you, Karth. Alright, Fire, let's go see if we can have a quick talk to Junkier, which I think you meant Joker, but... Unless Junkier is a character that I just don't remember. He's like in Engineer... Whoops. That was not the... That was the elevator down, not the stairs up. I forgot you don't take the elevator all the way up to the top floor.
See, as someone who plays mostly mages in the BioWare games, like, I've played fighters a couple of times, but, you know, Cullen, to me, is a delightful ball of trauma.
First name, Edward.
And, no, Cullen Rutherford. And that said, I do have to do a lot of mental distancing these days to enjoy the Cullen romance, because the VA who plays him is a horrible human being.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
Okay, everything else we've discussed with him already.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we've talked about all of that.
Ah. Thought I saw a codex entry over there. And more importantly, 24 experience. Can never have too much experience. I mean, we're...
We still don't have throw and lift or warp maxed out, or singularity.
Or pistol, or...
We still have lots of Jedi powers to, sorry, biotic advancements.
Right. Now then. I know you would really like for us to go to Vermeer. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the Citadel instead. We absolutely want to put off Vermeer for as long as possible.
It's okay. We'll get to most of the way to the Citadel, and then somebody will tell us about something completely irrelevant somewhere else in the galaxy.
Well, we do have to go follow up on that Cerberus lead that we got, where we had to go to, like, the Avril Lavigne system or whatever.
How do you remember this?
Because it was in the recap.
What? Which one of us is a bastard and why? Oh. Blue balling on Vermeer. Look, this is how Inu and I play games. We avoid the plot for as long as humanly possible.
Especially Vermeer.
If there's a not plot option, we will take it.
Yeah, like right now we gotta go talk to a man about some war crime guns, and then check in on a hobo who we gave $20 to and see if he's spent it yet. Alright, who's our landing party today?
We haven't taken Caden with us in a while.
Who?
Karth.
Oh.
And then, I don't know, maybe we bring... Garrus, because why not? I almost went Team Human, but chat would have killed me.
Ugh, Ashley. Time for some level ups. Yeah, Caden's got like 9 level ups to take. Here, be better at medicine. And then get better at throwing. And get better at barriering. And get better at lifting. Bro, do you even lift? Also, if you don't mind, just be better at unlocking and electronics and medicine again. There you go. Good job, buddy. Garrus, you've got less levels to take, but let's get you a point in tactical armor. You can go ahead and get shield boost.
That's why Fire is upset. So Fire says, I can't wait for Vermeer as I have some fascinating, hilarious behind-the-scenes info for the shit there. Like, you can do some stuff that fucks the game so hard. Is it bad that every time I see Overload, I just hear... Oh.
Lord, you know. Yeah.
Yep.
The Zen Gun. Overload! And max out first aid. Yeah, there we go.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore.
XOXO Normandy.
It's nice to know our ship loves us.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
How is their stock up?
I'm still, like, really disappointed that Gurren Lagann never had, like, a proper game. I believe it was referenced in one of the, like, Super Robot Wars, or... maybe one of the, like, weird, like, Gundam games or something.
Fire says it had one on the DS.
It wasn't localized. Yeah, Super Robot Wars X. Yeah, I thought it was in one of the Super Robot Wars ones. But now that the license for it is actually owned by Studio Trigger, like, we might get more Gurren Lagann stuff at some point, so that'd be cool.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you got.
Give me the war crimes.
For you, Commander.
Just real quick, do you have any super fun shit for me down at the bottom of your list? No. Do you have any fun shit at all? No. You failed me, sir. You failed me. Alright, other places we need to check in. We need to check in with the Thorian over at the financial district at the Presidium.
Bio's been oddly quiet in chat. I wonder if his tablet was acting up again.
Commander, it is good to see you again.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to
By
do
the way,
so,
if you
human.
do go to the
You
Jellyfish
will not
Merchant,
be
maybe check
disappointed.
the special wares just to see what's in there, since we don't. I mean, I don't, because that's not where the licenses are. But I will do that. Ah, see, he's holding a grenade upgrade. More grenades is more better. I hate that I have to re-talk to them in order to do that.
Commander,
It's very
Need you
annoying.
show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to
do
do so, human.
upgrades.
You will not be disappointed.
Fire says they were about to break out the Luigi board to try and find bio.
Oh, Scram Rail 10.
So, on the subject of Luigi boards, did you know our aunt in Virginia had one in her house?
That doesn't surprise me.
I didn't take it. I was very tempted to, though.
Was it the kinetic coil that was the other one that we were looking for? It was a kinetic something, but I don't think it was the coil.
But the thing is, if I'm going to get a Luigi board, I'm going to get a super fancy one off of Etsy. Because I need to make sure mine's made by a witch or a vegan.
So, Inferno rounds 9. Oh, that's what I just bought. That's fine. Scram Rail 9. No. Scram Rail 10, though. Yeah.
Bio says frictionless materials was the other thing.
Ah. Okay. We have not found better that yet. That's okay.
The Luigi board, all it does is replace yes with let's go.
Let's go. Alright, thank you, Mr. Hanar. Now we need to head down to the wards markets to A, see if Conrad is around, and B, check the 2 merchants there to see if they've got anything fun for us. Markets. Honestly, if a ghost hit me with a let's go, I'd be shitting myself.
Welcome back, Fetch Clan.
Show me what you got.
Most excellent.
Nothing of note there. No Conrad. Moreland, you got anything for
Hello
me?
there. Welcome to Moreland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes? Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Nothing. Disappointed! Alright, well, back upstairs. Because now we need to go see... Actually, hold on. Was the doctor also a vendor?
I think.
Have we just not been checking a vendor every time we've come here? Hey, Dr. Michelle.
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh, Commander Shepard. I didn't see you come in.
Obviously. Oh, what's going on?
Who is that on the vid? What do they want?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
Let's hear it.
Just tell me what's going on.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges. They just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are
How
blackmailing.
fortunate that Garrus happened to be here to help this
have
lady
to
out with
give
her
them what
problems
they want.
again.
If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
I can help.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
I can make the delivery.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him, but won't they expose my past?
No, I'm done with them.
Trust me, it'll be fine.
I'll make sure they don't tell anyone.
I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlin.
Oh, how badly am I gonna fuck this up, guys?
I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
Anyway, I need
Let me take a look
supplies.
at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Fucking nothing useful. Alright, well, anyway, see you later, lady. Now we've got to go find Morlin again. Oh, Morlin! Time for some different business. According to the subs, his name is Blackmailer, so his parents must hate him. I think we might actually be done with the Conrad plotline now. These explodey canisters are sus.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies.
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Change of plans.
A change, but the doctor... I don't... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Morland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
I'm a friend of the doctor's.
Where the hell is the option to say I'm a goddamn specter, respect my authority?
Leave the doctor alone.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
You should reconsider that.
You're shutting down a medical clinic. What if someone needs treatment? What if you need treatment?
Hey, hold on! I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
Who's Baines?
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human.
Stop.
I only worked with the one who spoke
I need
with the doctor.
supplies. Do you have anything interesting for me to
I
get?
checked him already.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Then we're good.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
Alright, go back and talk to the doctor. Hi, I told that Krogan to stop being a dick to you.
Technically, that's not what we did. Technically, what we did was tell the Krogan to just leave her the fuck alone.
Morlan, I can't help but notice you set up chest-high walls and explosive barrels. I cannot believe that weak-ass argument actually worked. Alright, back to the wards, back to the med clinic. Go stop in on the good doctor.
Well, the thing is, I think some people in this universe actually are aware of our Spectre status and semi-respect it.
Nobody respects our authority.
Commander, how did things go?
As expected.
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Baines.
Fair. We haven't
Fred
asked.
said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
So who is he?
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
Captain Anderson might know him.
It's worth looking into.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
I mean, just
Let me
because
take a
we
look at
now
what
have
you have for sale.
another
Of course.
discount, like, have you suddenly decided to have better shit? Nope, still the same crap. Alright, cool. Thank you, Doctor. See you later. It's a shame we can't make infinite money off of you anymore. Not that we actually need it, but, you know, it's a shame we can't do it.
I was about to say, in what universe is that a thing we need?
Presidium, embassies. I assume Anderson's gonna be at the human embassy.
I mean, that would be a logical place for him to be. Bless you.
Okay, human embassies were... No, that's the... Down here? No. Ah, there we go. Hey, Udina, how you doing?
I saw your Ferris report. If we had known anything about the Thorian, ExoGeni would never have been given the permits to start a colony there.
And yet.
Thank God the colony survived. We can't afford to have too many failures out in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
Is that really all you care about?
You don't give a damn about the colonists. It's all just politics to you, isn't it?
We can't all be the hero who charges in to save the day, Commander. But we each serve humanity in our own way. You can't escape interstellar politics. It's part of the big picture. Sometimes it isn't pretty.
Just ignore him, Shepard. The ambassador's a little bitter sometimes. Comes with the job.
And then he vanished out of existence. So...
Yes, Commander?
Are you okay?
How are you holding up?
I can already see in next week's recap, Willow insists that Shepard ask absolutely everyone if they're okay.
But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Barnes? Or, sorry, Baines?
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
Are you sure about that?
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship.
Gonna find Saren and
Everyone
ask how he's
suspects it
doing.
was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
That sounds suspicious.
As long as Shepard asks everyone if they're okay first, then they can't ask her the same question.
This is a cover-up if I ever heard one.
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral.
Oh man, Byleth, you look
One of
like
his
death
crew discovered
today.
Baines' body.
I'm fine! Stop telling me that!
I met him.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything.
Oh.
Is there anything else? Commander?
There's a The problem with that, you see, is Kahoku kind of died.
Did he?
Yeah, he was the guy that, like, sent us out to find his dudes, and then we came back, we're like, sorry, they're dead. And then, like, he got taken by Cerberus and then got killed by the murder spiders.
Oh!
Yeah, Kahoku kind of dead.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Whoops.
Translation. Oh, well, you dealt with the blackmailer. I mean, okay, I guess we're just done there, because, like, we can't talk to Kohaku, because he died. So,
whoops.
Let's go find Zabaleta. Anyway, see you later, Anderson. That's not where we need to go, it's down here. The geometry of that hallway is weird. I don't know if it's faster to just run where I need to go or to actually take the warp and deal with the loading screen. Pretty sure it's just down this way. Okay, yeah, it would have been faster to warp.
Let all races herald the glory of the Enkindlers who raised them all to enlightenment. Where there was
Your biotic skills are extremely impressive, Lieutenant. I rarely see anyone
Huh,
with your level.
that might be a problem.
I've always held back a
Yeah,
little
he got
when
murdered by
using
Cerberus.
targets.
Kahoku was found murdered by spiders. It's a
But after what
cover-up
saw
if I ever
on
heard of
Prime,
it.
I'm not holding back anymore. Not against the Geth. Not against anyone.
Where'd you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. I've definitely never heard it before. The man is dead, so don't ask about him again. Oh, Zabaleta.
Hey, back again, huh? I don't suppose you got any credits to spare.
Tell me about that thing I can't read from here.
I heard you were at Mindoir. I wanted to talk about what you saw.
Why? You think you got something profound to say about it? People tied like prize hogs, locked in cages, clawing and screaming as they're loaded into cargo pods. And we couldn't reach them. The Batarian defenses had us pinned. Dozens died trying to advance. All we could do was watch as they hauled people away. I've been looking for 13 years for something to make that sight go away. What have you got, huh?
Zabaleta's getting ready to reveal his name is actually Admiral Kahogu Armiston Baines.
Let's see. You need help.
I'm not gonna give you money to drink yourself to death. You need to stop this.
If you don't have a better option, just give me 20 credits. A good bottle of whiskey. Enough to stop the dreams.
Veterans Affairs Office. It's what Mom told me to do.
No one understands. Why? I like that you just turned into Waluigi at the end there, like, no one understands. Why?
My mother said to go to the Veterans Affairs Office. You're not the only one who's seen that brand of hell. They can help.
The VAO? God. All right. If she wants me to go talk to someone, fine, I'll do it. For her. She always stuck up for me. She always was naive. All the VAO does is pump you full of chemicals. If she wants to talk, tell her she can reach me through the Citadel VAO.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess we're kind of done here.
So it would seem.
Hearing about the Protheans makes me wonder if some distant civilization is gonna find our artifacts someday and study us.
All empires fall, Lieutenant. We can only hope that what we leave behind inspires respect and admiration.
Alright, nearest fast travel is just up the stairs, I think. Somewhere around here anyway.
Let all races herald the glory of the Enkindlers who raised them all to enlightenment. Where there was only darkness, the Enkindlers gave light. Where there was
Oh, it was back there.
I'll be back in just a minute.
It was just up the stairs. I'm just blind. Okay, and wards, CSEC. Let's just stop in and see if this guy has anything worth selling us one more time before we leave.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
No, that looks like the same trash that was here last time. You failed me for the last time.
ExoGeni Corp recently released an official statement regarding their missing survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster. According to the statement, the remains of the survey team were discovered not far from their abandoned research camp. There were no survivors. It is believed the researchers were the victims of a random attack by raiders or mercenaries. Names will be released after next of kin are notified.
I do suspect that we have to talk to Hannah again when we get back to the Normandy. Yes, that is my suspicion.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
XOXO, the Normandy.
Oh, we're back on the ship.
Yes. Shepard will leave a time capsule containing the great question that dominated all living races of this time, passing it on to the next race. Who is Liara's dad? Also, fun fact, Hannah only exists because of your starting option. Yes, I know. I did know that. And the other two, like, starting options, Shepard's, like, parents just don't... No, I guess we're not going to talk to Hannah. Oh, I guess we're just done. Okay. Go to system. Go to the Matano system in the Maroon Sea cluster. And that one is go to the Vostok system of the Maroon Sea cluster. Okay, so we're going to the Maroon Sea cluster.
Hi, Kisa.
Alright, Maroon Sea cluster. Nautilus, Horsehead, Argus Rho, Gemini Sigma, Artemis Tau, Hades Gamma. Ah, Maroon Sea, there we go. And we needed the Metano system and the Vostok system, but not the Caspian system. I'm pretty sure we've checked the Caspian system before. At least. I don't remember if those other two existed previously. Because a lot of times, the systems don't exist until something tells you to go there. But I'm just gonna double check Caspian and make sure that we, like, grabbed all the stuff there. Oh, the cornucopia. Okay, yeah. We were definitely here before. I'm sure if I just click into all these planets, we're not gonna have... Oh, we can serve it. What the hell? Why was that not surveyed already? We've been here before. Why was that not surveyed? Why was that not surveyed? What the fuck? Why was this not surveyed?
Did they maybe just add new surveys onto things?
Have we not been here before? Yeah, go to cluster button would be... Whoops, no, not you. Go to cluster button would be great from the quest list, not gonna lie.
There are a lot of, like, quality of life convenience things they could have put in this game and didn't.
I mean, this game came out in 2007.
It's not an excuse.
Yeah, it is. We didn't know what game design was back then. It's like saying an NES game should have, you know, let you be able to save, you know, your progress without needing a password, just because we can do that now. We just didn't have the technology wasn't there at the time. Dead end, dead end. Go through this door.
No, but see, passcodes to go back to certain levels.
Oh god.
Were a great invention. Because it then meant that if you didn't feel like...
Ship's probably crawling.
If you didn't feel like, playing through to a certain point, and your friends had already gotten past a level you were stuck on, you could just be like, hey, what's the password for the, or the passcode for the level after the one I'm stuck on, so I can just continue to advance.
Stupid Hanks.
All targets eliminated.
All targets? Uh-huh. What was that about all targets being eliminated? You over there.
Fire commented, yeah, but then you realize your friends are idiots and copied it down wrong.
Yep.
These Hanks seem more destructive than the usual Hanks. Why are these Hanks being so extra? Also, was that our space magic or leftover particle effects from a Hank?
Yeah, one of those.
Helpful, thanks.
You're welcome. Happy to do it again. Die into a wall. Oh, there's a bunch of you over here.
Is there caffeine in this? Probably not.
No. Oh. Excuse me, why are you overflowing? Also, why were you presenting your ass to me? What the hell?
That's the last of them.
That Hank was being inappropriate. You all saw it. Okay. What do we have in here? Kinetic exoskeleton 9. And literally nothing else in this room. Love it. But in this room. We have a nav computer.
According to the log files, the ship was out near the Perseus Veil. Looks like they found some kind of alien artifact. They brought it on board, and then... This is really weird, Shepard. They plotted a course straight into the Perseus Veil, like they wanted the Geth to find them.
Your cat's watching the game. Let's see. They were brainwashed.
That artifact must have done something to them. Why else would someone fly into Geth space?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. I don't see anything about how they got back into human territory.
The Geth transformed them into husks and left the vessel where they knew it would be found. A warning to other organics not to enter the Veil.
According to the log files, the ship... They brought it on board, and then... This is really weird.
The Geth transformed them into husks and left the vessel where they knew it would be found. A warning to other organics not to enter the Veil.
What the... Okay. Shepard's just moonwalking now? You guys? You guys? Okay, it fixed itself. Shepard was trying to moonwalk. Front of rounds. Alright, well. Guns out, ready for more Geth. But like real Geth this time, maybe? Not just Hanks? Looking like the answer to that is a no.
Take cover.
Aha! There were some Hanks we missed. I had a feeling that might be the case.
Why did you just attack Leo?
I thought that was a what I thought happened was that Liara and I both pushed a Hank from opposite sides, and that it had lived, and then just cut around that corner. Cause it looked, she was doing the blue glowy thing like they do when they're about to explode. So it was probably just her having barrier up.
curiosity, if you stasis somebody while they're in the air, does it keep them in the air, or does it just cause them to drop like a brick to the ground?
I mean, gravity still exists, so once the lifting force is no longer greater than the force of gravity, they fall because gravity.
Well, naturally that's what one would think, but it's also space wizardry, so it might have different rules. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's more like space gravity magic. Alright, did that get us a journal entry about... No. No, it did not. Alright, oh, off to the next bits.
It's on the ceiling, Kay.
Stasis has you holding them things in place with a series of precise Mass Effect fields, so they probably stay floating. I don't know. Seems unlikely, but maybe. Alright, let's see. We've got... Potation. Oh, Matriarch's ratings. Neat. We've got Akko. Atsuko Kagari.
I thought it read Aklo, which is just the language of hags in Pathfinder.
Looks like we've got an active distress beacon on the planet below, Commander. No message, just a locator signal.
Okay.
Understood, so there's a Thresher Maw there. Gotcha. Alright, well, I guess we go land. On Notacrux.
Fire says there was an unknown.
Oh, was there?
Fire says yes, you hovered over it twice.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you did not like that spinning super fast, did you?
Okay, hold on. What is going on the map here? We're there. There's a anomaly there, Deborah there, and the science facility down there. Having said that, there also appears to be an enemy, several enemies, over here. Thorians. park the land shark there for a second. Saw something called a Predator HX10, like a Predator H10 there. I don't know what that is, but I saw it. There appears to be a something up here to survey. There it is. Ooh, that's a big gold deposit. Thoughts on Samurai Remnant? I don't have any yet. It's not got Okita in it again, so like I kind of don't care that much. Like, we'll see. It'll probably be fine. It's Tecmo Koei doing Tecmo Koei things, so looks like it's a Musou. Baz and I were talking about it a little bit while we were doing recording today. Well, not during recording, but like in between. Ancient Deborah. Uh-huh.
You know, every time we're on one of these planets with a ridiculous amount of greenery, it really unnerves me because they're such the minority in this game.
You know, as you do. As you do. I agree. What the fuck is the intended path here? Because, like, originally, you were meant to navigate these planets without boosts. Which meant that they had some path that you were meant to be able to take to get everywhere. Just driving the Mako without the ability to boost it all over, you know, all over the place. I do not see how you do that on some of these. Huh. So that's like a space kangaroo fox?
Anteater fox. It has a wonky curly tongue.
Kinetic coil, energized blading. Alright. Back in the land shark. Head towards the science facility. Science! Oh, come on, go. Seriously, what is the intended path here?
I don't know.
Because, like, I'm sure this isn't it. But I also don't have the slightest clue what it is, so... Stop being alive. Thank you. It's just a creature from the game Spore. It did kind of look like it, yeah.
God, that was an interesting game. I never owned a copy of it myself, which is kind of a shame, but...
I mean, you can get them super cheap now.
I'm sure I can. But I did play it a bunch at Sweb's house.
Spore was absolutely a game of unrealized potential.
Gotta be over a decade old at this point. Then again, so's Skyrim. A lot that I don't even know if he's still doing things on the platform.
I think he is, at least not regularly. Like he had some. I think he got Me Too'd a while ago.
Oh yeah, he was hardcore canceled a while back, which is why I haven't really checked out any of his stuff in ages. But he did have some content I really enjoyed for a while.
Yeah, back when he was doing all that shady shit.
Well. Jesus, what's going on?
People are dying, as you do.
I'm sure you're much more used to hearing that noise than I am.
What noise?
The ambulances.
I didn't hear any ambulance. Oh, hey, so, you know, minor spoilers, although I won't say anything more beyond this. We finished the main plot for Xillia 2 this week.
I was about to say, did you really? But I knew you were probably going to, so...
Which means you'll be able to start the bonus dungeon timer soon, Bio, to see how much of the playthrough is exclusively the bonus dungeon.
Rescuers?
Oh.
Oh, thank God.
Hi.
See? I told you somebody would come to investigate that signal. My name is Dr. Ross, Chief Exogeny Researcher at this facility.
I mean, I know it's not really important, but how is the glare getting on her face from behind her?
I know, right?
Oh God, I wasn't paying attention to anything she said. Been trapped in this room for days. We are almost out of food and water. Got here just in time. So what happened?
I need to know what's going on. Why is this place crawling with Thorian creepers?
How do you know about the Thorian?
I've seen it.
I know what Exogeny was up to. I saw what they let the Thorian do to those colonists, so I destroyed it.
Our secret's out then. No point in my lying. You already know the worst. The creepers here were created using altered samples from the specimens on Pharos. We discovered a way to turn them into docile, obedient servants. Everything was going fine until a few days ago. Then all the creepers suddenly went berserk. Only a handful of us made it back into the safety of this room.
What's the likelihood that everything going berserk was the result of us killing the main plant?
Like 1,000%.
Let's investigate anyway. Generic distress signal?
Why didn't you send a clear message asking for help? All we had was that signal from the emergency beacon.
This is a closed communications base. Exogeny was worried about someone on the project selling secrets to a rival firm or reporting our work to the authorities. We have no direct communication with the outside.
Nothing says we're innocent. Like, we're afraid people will report what we're actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to send a team to respond inside of 24 hours, but it sounds like they had problems of their own.
Investigate other survivors.
Any chance some of the other people at the base might still be alive?
I doubt it. Too many creepers out there. They never stood a chance. We're the only ones left.
Investigate. Berserk creepers.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Maybe there was still some kind of link between the creepers and the Thorian back on Pharos. The Thorian was unlike any other life form we've ever studied. I can't explain how, but maybe when it died, it somehow set off the creepers here.
No more questions.
I've heard all I need to.
Look, I know what we did here was wrong. I'll admit that. But it's over now. There's no sense reporting this to the authorities, right?
Well, somebody has to pay.
Too many people died here. Their blood is on your hands.
Be reasonable. I didn't mean for this to happen. Besides, how does it help anyone if I end up in jail?
Personal satisfaction.
Normally Exogeny would have my back, but it sounds like they're going to have their hands full cleaning up the mess on Pharos. But I've got money. A nice little emergency fund they set up.
Aw, that's cute. You
It's
think I
yours
need
if you let us
money.
go.
I can't do that.
The victims here deserve justice. I have to take you in.
That's not going to happen.
Then you're going to die.
Open fire. Open fire!
Alright, I will just concentrate you all into a death ball. Oh, what do you know? You all died. Exogeny's second-rate mercs proved to be no match for a trained Alliance Marine. With the last of the service crew dead, there's no reason to linger here. What do you know? One singularity was enough to kill the whole room. God, I love being a motherfucking sorcerer.
I mean, the thing that gets me in stuff like that in video games is like when your instant response is like, oh, well, some people died, but collateral damage, but you don't need to report that, right? Because also trying to bribe someone that literally can't fit any more money in her pockets.
I mean, we can at the moment. We've got a spare, like, $1.5 million worth of, you know, pocket space.
Except that we still have other stuff we could sell
I mean,
to
yeah,
get back to it.
but-
Like, it's not like we need the money. And besides, she was probably only going to give us, like, 250 credits anyway.
Screw that lady.
I didn't ask her if she was okay.
I think it was around there. Okay, we're not driving the damn car backwards the whole way, Liara. See, I think my problem is that I keep expecting this to control, like, this vehicle to control, like, the vehicles out of Borderlands. And naturally, it does not do that.
I mean, you're also trying to control it as though it were a horse in Skyrim. And it's also not that.
I mean, it's kind of close, actually. At least with the boosters.
Yeah, some people died, but I didn't mean mean for those people to die from my horrible science experiments. So we good? Hell no. Well, how about I bribe you? I didn't do anything wrong, just FYI.
And that's why I need to bribe you, obviously, because I did nothing wrong. And I'm confident that a, court would find in my favor. So let me just bribe you to...
Except here's the thing, she wasn't. Because she even made the qualifier of, well, Exo Jenny would back me. So I'd have, like, high-powered corporate lawyers under normal circumstances, but because I don't have those... I'm not confident I can win this case because I'm kind of an awful person. Who's done really bad shit.
Oh, she did nothing wrong, she said. Oh, hey, speaking of having done nothing wrong, a fourth Madoka movie got announced.
Oh, God.
So it'll be more cute girls doing cute things and nothing bad ever happens.
I still can't believe he believed you.
I know, right? What an idiot. Where the hell was that other... So when we first got here, right?
Uh-huh.
We found some of the Thorians.
Uh-huh.
Some of the Creepers. And there was like a building that was right there. That I didn't go into because there was still more shit to kill. And then I kind of lost where the building was.
I can't help you. Bio follows up with, normally I'd have my high-tier corporate lawyers backing me. So what good do you think me being in jail will accomplish? Jail lady, I'm a specter. What makes you think that's where you're going?
Must have been around here somewhere. Unless it was like...
Well, where's go back to Normandy?
Well, wherever we are. Basically. Because I can go back to Normandy from anywhere.
Because it was relatively by where the Normandy dropped us, wasn't it?
Yes, which was like around here somewhere.
See, this is just extra evidence for my theory that the green planets are just the worst in this game. Poor Hexbug. He made you climb that mountain when there was a perfectly easy route to take.
Nothing that's worth doing is easy. I think that was like Confucius or something. Fuck it, there's not gonna be anything in there that's worth a damn anyways. No Alliance military to be like, hey. Okay. Ah, there it is. Except I can't... Oh, there. Metallic asteroid. Survey that shit. That's why I didn't see it. I was looking for the thing to, like, highlight on cross. But it highlights on triangle when you need to scan a thing for it. So that's why I didn't see it. Hey, Soupy!
So, I read it as Sup Jay. I was like, well, that's a weird name for a thing.
I didn't see anything in that rock belt. Apple.
Heck, it's still just salty from the time you called him out super hard for being a manipulative asshole. Well, yes, bio.
Shaska, where we're supposed to be landing. Wait, no. Oh no, I guess it is. Yeah, okay. Alright, down to Shaska. Surprisingly, the distress beacon on that last planet wasn't a Thresher.
No, it was asshole scientists that wanted to get away with being asshole scientists.
I mean, you could have just killed them in the first place, and then they wouldn't have had the chance to be asshole scientists to us, but...
Well, I didn't know they were going to be assholes till I talked to them.
Yeah, and then you still tried to elect to not kill them. Which just resulted in them killing themselves. On our guns.
I was going to give them the opportunity to stand a trial, yes.
Okay, so we are here. That is an anomaly. That is a civilian structure, a science facility, a civilian structure, and a Deborah. So I guess we start at the anomaly, then we hit the civilian structures, and then the Deborah.
That sounds about right.
And it sounds like it... Or then the science... We start at the anomaly, go to the... Anyway, we do the science facility last, because obviously... Guess that planet just had too many spore-based problems for a Thresher mod to want to impose on you there. But they're literally like born of spores or transmit via spores or some shit. Turns out Thresher mods are vegetables. Or something. Hey, look, Willow, it's another green planet.
There are easier ways to get around, I am sure.
Yeah, the problem is I'm sort of just stuck in this corner at the moment.
Oh, gee, and who put you there?
Liara, clearly, she's driving. Like, I'm trying to go backwards. Look, you find me the intended path and I'll take it.
Even if I did, no you wouldn't.
Hold on, what's that? Dude, I would love an easier way up these fucking hills than, like, boosting into them and not getting anywhere. But it's kind of the only option. Like, they could have just made the planets fucking traversable. That would have been cool. But they didn't do that. They're like, hey, in like 4 years from when we release this game, there's gonna be this game that comes out where you can just climb vertical surfaces on a horse. But that's 4 years from now, so let's make vertical surfaces absolutely the worst ever. And then put them fucking everywhere. I see a red dot.
There should have been fall damage from that. Like, I know fall damage isn't a thing in this game, but there should have been fall damage from that.
Why make things easy when you can instead give your player base a single mechanic for them all to pour their hatred and anger into? Yeah, exactly, right?
Ready.
You lead. I'll follow.
Get out of the way, ladies. I'm trying to get to the text bug, not interact with you. Why are there red dots on my map? What is over here? Ah, some kind of...
What happened to this colony?
I'm gonna guess they got Thorian Creepered. Nope, they got Gethed.
Goddess have mercy. The entire colony must have been transformed.
What makes you say that? The fact that I blew up like 3 Geth? Where are we? Ah, one of the civilian structures. Understood. Well, I guess since I'm here anyway.
An entire colony of Hanks. What a tragedy.
Right?
Were we not able to go into that structure?
We were, but I saw this thing over here. And I tried to get out of the Mako and it complained, so it was easier to just come over here. Garbage. One of these days the game is going to give me something that's not complete trash. Alright, anyway, let's go back over to that little civilian structure. Okay. Don't go directly back. I want to angle to the right, please. Get out of the text bug. There we go. Guns out. That's a bunch of red dots. Holy shit. Alright. Go away. Oh my lord. Calm down. Pop a cap in your ass, or more accurately, like your skull, as it turns out. Oh, you remember when we used to lose health?
I do. It still happens from time to time.
A blue wire tool 10. That's some heavy duty chameleon tools there. Is there not a room back there? That's interesting. I don't want to think too hard about the fact that we found a couple of guns in a sludge container.
It's fine.
And then just took them. Like, oh, that seems like a thing that I would definitely want in my possession. is this sludge container gun.
I really try not to think about where things get looted from in video games.
My favorite one is the classic staple of the toilet apple gels in Tales. They are. Tanks are not fighter jets. You cannot do barrel rolls in them, so please stop trying. Yeah, she is reckless as hell. Can we not go in that door either? Well, that's just weird.
I mean, fair enough, though, because it is time.
It's really weird that we can't go into any doors in this place.
I mean, we know they just recycle all their textures and all their maps, so...
Yeah, that's why it's weird we can't go into any doors in this place. Remember when you used to use health? You mean when you used to lose health? We still get hurt all the time. Not that you ever let us heal. Sorry, couldn't hear you over that whining sound. Yeah, God, these guys are such little whiny posers. Oh, cool, we did hit the escape pod. Guess that civilian structure is the next target. I don't know if it's gonna remember that target or not. Oh, right, level up. Couple of points. Oh yeah, we can take Marksman, which means that if we ever get close to overheating, we just cast Marksman. And then our weapon is not overheating anymore. That sounds really worth it for a 2-point investment. They are, you don't get points in stasis because it breaks your kit. More lift, I guess. And tally. I'm gonna move you down the shotguns tree a bit here. Excellent. Okay, save it. Ceases to overheat and then deals an absolute fuckload of extra damage. Yes, I didn't miss that part. But like, you know, the not overheating thing is probably even more important.
Even though Inu knows I'm statistically more likely to care about something in a build if I'm told it causes a thing to deal extra damage.
I mean, the thing that it really lets us do that we didn't like previously have a super great way of achieving, right? We can now stasis something and just keep unloading the gun into its face, and once the gun gets close to overheating, we just go ahead and tippity tap Marksman, and then go back to shooting it until the stasis wears off, and then possibly just reapply the stasis with how long our, you know, fucking, like, duration and also cooldown is. We can probably get away with it, possibly. So, that's a thing to try. But yeah, next time, that other civilian building, and then the science place. And then I guess if we don't have any other quests to go do, we go to Vermeer. So, until then.
We'll catch you guys later.